You are tuning in with the photography plug, the livest one. That's right. Like I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant, the realest. Straight from Phyllis. That's right. Straight from the Avenue, straight from Phyllis Avenue. I enjoyed myself in Queen City. The legendary Ziggy Zai yesterday, and then we're back at the home. That's right. Shouts out to all of the people that have been commenting. We're getting closer and closer to 60 million legitimate, 75 million views. And we greatly appreciate all the support and all of the amazing people that's been involved in photography plug success. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. That's right. We're talking polling. And exactly, my friends, we are talking Dr. Donald Trump today. Donald Trump is behind in polling. Maybe the reality of a real common president. In other words, that maybe people are finally coming with the grips in the reality that Donald Trump cannot lead this country. Now, we were getting very close with your comments and your subscriptions of being one of the more influential polling stations. That's right. We're using this technology today, and we'd like to thank our YouTube partners. We also, I'd like to, our fire department is passing by, followed by the police department here. We're talking the importance of that political ramification. That's right, the importance of you going out and voting for that president of the United States of America. Now, for the first time in American and world history. And it is a very beautiful day out here. This forum is about wellness, and your comments do count here. So make sure you comment and send your friends the feed, and we'll be talking political forum. Now, let's not forget the importance of diversity and discrimination. That's right. Let's not forget the importance of that diversity and that discrimination. That discrimination every day that happens in this American society. That's why we always frequent the Civil Rights Museum. That importance of that 0.7%. But let us remember the biggest diamond found recently. That's right. The biggest diamond found recently was found in South Africa, meaning and proving that Rolex is not the richest country in the world, as we're looking at a Rolex timepiece. That is an official Rolex timepiece established in the 1922. As you can see, the spindle, it doesn't tick on those Rolexes. But back to politics. Let's remember that Africa is the richest country in the world, and that France robs from Africa, Europe robs America, all of these countries. You're not going to hear anything else like this except for the photography plug. Now, we're honest for him, and like Damon Dash said, he talked about Eminem a little bit, and we don't talk about him a lot on this page. But as Damon Dash said, if you're in a black sport, we're not going to say that you won. In other words, it is a black world. The majority of the people are black, correct? So it's a black world. It might be a mixed country, but it's a black world, and the world is coming to grips that they now want a woman leading the White House. That's right, the world is now coming to grips knowing that they want a woman leading the White House. Then comment. We'll be on live for a while now. And our slogan is, this is not title. No, this is not a feeling. This is the photography plug. One of the more influential photographers in American and world history, meaning that somebody's questioned me and said something about Young Thug. But let's put Young Thug's imagery alongside Young Dolph's imagery, alongside Nipsey Hussle's imagery. So I know my worth. And you should know your worth as an entrepreneur and as a black entrepreneur. You should know your worth too. We have a first comment today. Is hello from Colorado. That's right. Hello, Colorado, a very important state to win that very election. Now, everybody is rushing to Colorado because Colorado has a gold rush. Yes, that marijuana finished first place. Marijuana finished first place above chocolate for the first time in American history. And if you go out to Colorado, my friends, my brother actually lived out there for a while. I never actually been to Colorado. Heard so many amazing things about Colorado, the billions of dollars. And then they talk about the percentage of black growers in the country. And as they talk about the percentage of black growers in this country, it's a very low percentage compared to white growers. In other words, if you go to Colorado, obviously it's a more white state. And we have to, on this forum, we have to talk white and black because we have to talk truth and facts, and we have to talk reality. Now, as you see, this courthouse here, and like many other courthouses in this country and in this world, it's about 1,200 different district attorneys. Those district attorneys are white men. That's right. Those men that run that courtroom, and they prosecute about 95% of most of the cases in America. So welcome. Thank you for all of your comments. We'll be talking about the importance of this election and the importance of Harris being ahead in these conversations. And in these conversations, we could change the world. That's right. With your comments, with your donations, with your participation, whether it just being a spray graffiti in Atlanta or graffiti in Shanghai. My friend, your voice does count worldwide. It's not all about the American citizens. But we are personally, most of us here in this forum are, and to the people that are world citizens, we bring you even more power. So welcome on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Welcome, everybody. And we have a Trump 2024, and we have a comment saying like LGBT. Now, don't use profanity and insults on this forum. It's not going to get you very far. And it's not going to get you very far in life. If you ever want to be very successful, if you ever want to be one of the most influential, and that's what we're doing here, Photography Plug. We are forming the possibility of you being the most influential individual in American world history. It can happen, my friends. You can be that success story. Now, I'm not saying that your brother or your sister or your cousin or your grandmother is going to support you in these ventures. Yes, they love you, but it's not their responsibility to make you that legend. Now, earlier, I was talking Lee Harvey Oswald. That's right. We were all talking Lee. You remember that? How we were all talking Lee being one of the most influential people in American history. And it is true. Not a lot of people know about Lee Harvey Oswald. So this is a forum that started Sonia Massey. And we're talking Sonia Massey's death and the importance of the brutality of this country. Now, it looks glamour, and you see the nice cars, and you see the things in the country. When you go to these bigger cities, the reality is that Dodge Brothers that I drive, my very self, represents white supremacy. That's right. That's a form of that white supremacy that all affects all of us. So that is a very important form that we must know that is important of that capitalism. That important capitalism. And being in that capitalistic society that can change the world, no matter if it's 30 consecutive or it's 300 consecutive, that means that we can, with one equation, had to start the society. I'm not talking American society. I'm talking about world society with English or any language only being, that's right, that language only being so new to world history. 5,000 years worth of language in this world. So welcome everybody to this forum. This is an intelligent forum. We won't be using any cuss words, and we'll be tracking down federal authorities, the local authorities, and anybody is that American citizen. And remember, the president of the United States is powerful, but nobody's more powerful than that great American citizen. Now, as we see this parlor being, we talked about this parlor here on the corner. That's right. We're going to talk white supremacy here and the importance of that change. And we'll be reading your comments. This is not Jay-Z. This is not any of those other forms. That's right. That's not Jigga Jay-Z. We will answer your comments. We'll be reading those comments right now. Somebody said, pull another card besides supremacy. Now, today, we're going to ask now, as you see, we're going to ask this fire department. So for it to be fair, right, how many white presidents do you have? So we have a long way to go. Now, this represents $1.6 billion by white supremacy. They know very well who I am, and it's no use of being intimidated. You can come out here and you can catch a fair one. Welcome, individuals. We see what American society has for so many different people. We'll be reading those comments and those comments right now. Somebody said, important change is not to play victim. Pay your bills. That's right. Pay your bills. I'm very successful. Obviously, you're on my forum. And eventually, it will be my actual forum. In other words, I won't be on YouTube. I will come up with that idea myself. So that is very important, to come up with that ideal yourself, to know as an entrepreneur. So I'm not playing victim. I'm saying pay your bills. You're not going to disrespect my ancestors, right? So what I'm speaking to you today is from France. That's right. My last name is French. That's right. My last name is French. I'm not from France. Obviously, I'm not 100% black, right? Somebody said nobody's around something, and then they were saying something about offending. That's right. Sometimes you have to offend people to make them wake up in that reality. That's right. It is reality. Why this, what we was really talking about, this white supremacist shop that has no black clientele is doing some renovations. Those renovations are going to help that small white supremacy. Now, I know these people are very poor. I'm not stupid. I know hair salons, hairstylists don't make much money. So I'm not picking on people. If you see me in New York, you see me in New Jersey, call the New Jersey police and see if they know me. And he will say, well, guess what? He's not going to give you an easy deal. So even in these big cities, even in these huge cities, we do the same thing as far as we're not going to be these pansies that people want us to be as Americans. We're not going to wear dresses. And there's nothing wrong with wearing dresses. But welcome. Comment. We'll be live for a little while here. A lot of different things are going on in this country, and we're talking the polling and Trump being behind. That is a reality. Now, next 4 years, after the 4 years, who are you going to vote for? I guess that's not important. These 4 years are very important. Welcome. Somebody said talking crazy on the forum because you're talking intelligent. Now, one thing you have to realize, this is entertainment, right? This is an entertainment page. That if we come on here with the most boring dialect whatsoever, guess what, my friends? We're not going to get any views. But the closer we get to the police officers, the closer we get to the celebrities, the closer we get to Donald Trump, is in fact the closest that we get those viral videos. And some things have never been done on social media before. Keep that in mind. That just imagine a 31 point some odd billion dollar company that can possibly be tricked. Movies are out of business, my friends. Social media is so easy. Who goes to the movie as fast as you pick up your phone? I mean, these things don't necessarily happen. So the movies, my friends, the movies are out of business. So this is the movie theater. Everybody wants to take their woman out on a date to some movie theater. But that's that Will Smith slap. They were out of business, my friends. We're beating them. We're social media. It doesn't matter if we're 30 consecutive. We're 60 million up. So we will be one of the more successful. We are now one of the more successful platforms. So we'll be answering these comments right now. We'll be coming through here, seeing what's going on downtown. Welcome. Harris is up on the polling. Now, Harris is up on this polling. It looks like they had some type of events here. We'll go by the college campus. We're live. Livest one, like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, and this is more artwork from Cone. That's right. As we see this artwork here, and this is Cone Elementary School, you can see the importance of diversity in these kids' artwork. Now, what we have here is a spoon. That's a spoon. This just makes the artwork doesn't look good. But what we have here is pure diversity in that artwork from this kid here at Cone Elementary School. But you can notice the brown faces hugging the white faces, looking like a John Lennon, brown. And then you notice the black face. This art is absolutely amazing as you see the black, brown person there. And you can even see Russia. So that American flag, the Baphomet, that Illuminati. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a gentleman's page, but this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is very beautiful artwork, like a Maya Angelou or a Banksy. Now, it is a Banksy around here. Now, believe it or not, it is a Banksy around here. But we're here, we're live. We're going to be live for a little bit, talking the importance of America and American society, and having these important forums. So I'll be reading these comments. Somebody said, sheesh. Somebody said, name one thing that Harris has done. It doesn't matter, especially on forums like this, what an individual has done. When we know that Donald Trump has been a wonderful reality TV star. We know that Trump was a wonderful reality TV star, and we know Vice President Harris was a prosecutor. Now, we're not looking for Santa Claus. We're not looking for St. Nicholas. We're looking for the President of the United States of America, somebody who is willing and able to bomb countries relentlessly, not peace. Now, I hope you didn't think we were going to talk that America was this peaceful country. No, my friends, America is one of the more ruthless countries. In reality, you think about that brutality, how it works. Because, say for instance, if you are in a fight, you can't talk your way out, right? So you have to be brutal, that brutality. So we're looking for a brutal president, the president of the United States of America, that can use that brutality in a way that's never been used before in the world history. So welcome. This is not about great policy and how America's this innocent, wonderful country. No, this, my friend, is the reality of what America is. And we will be going back out worldwide. But I promised you that I will be in arm's length of that great American former president, Donald Trump. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Very beautiful day. Get out and enjoy the festive events. We have a cameraman on hand. We're passing by, taking some wonderful photos. This is a wonderful country. But we protect this country. By protecting this country, we bomb other countries. You won't hear this on CNN. You won't hear this anywhere else in the world. You only can hear it here. And that's why so many people, over 60 million people, have tuned in so far. All these wonderful venues. How you doing? I don't think he understands. All right. Beautiful events down here. Beautiful day. Enjoy the day. Yes, enjoy this beautiful day in America. It's an amazing society. We'll see what's going on up here. But remember, go out to your polls. It looks like Harris is going to win this election, whether Indian or black. It doesn't matter. She's still going to be your president of the United States of America. So you might as well go ahead and take those ideals and face in reality. Some people can't grip that reality, and they will crash out. The crime rate will go up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice forum. We've been reading some of these comments now. Somebody said, so delusional, the irony. You're right. Somebody talked about the mafia, and they said the mafia has the audacity. I want you to hear me when I say that. You think about 9/11, the Muslims had the audacity. You have to have the audacity. I have the audacity. When you start following those rules and you say, okay, I have the audacity. Like the mafia said, yes, we have the audacity. So yes, we follow great Americans. And all of them are not considered good, but they all contributed to America, like that Lee Harvey contributed. Scott shot former President Donald Trump in the side of the ear. He contributed to America. Will Smith played in a local movie. He contributed, but not as much as Scott. All right. And we have a Trump 2024. Now, our projection is Trump will win on this form. But the projection of the America is saying that Harris has a far lead from this 34 felon, convicted, habitual felon. Donald Trump is beyond habitual felon. That's right. Trump is not a habitual felon. He's worse than that. Now, we have nothing against felons in this country. Felons and gangsters run this world, put money in our pockets. My gosh, you have to think about that importance. And somebody said, boo. That's right. The devil's biggest trick that he never did exist. He never did exist. We're here, beautiful, beautiful day. And that is the power of diversity. We have people out here like this that it doesn't matter the color or creed of your skin, but if you go farther out in the rural areas, if you go into a store, you're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna feel like that maybe possibly that you're not welcome. And if you're not from America, I'm getting you ready for the reality of what can happen. So many foreigners are now being kicked out of America. If you haven't heard the news about those foreigners in New York City, 40,000 are being evicted. Somebody said agreed. I greatly appreciate your support. Now we're looking for donations, donations. Now I can say the numbers have dropped substantially. I am the photography plug. I will go to the ends of the earth to get the numbers. I will put Rihanna in front of my camera to get the numbers that I need. So it doesn't matter if we do a great show today, if we do 1 million views today. If we don't, I get upset and I go make sure. Very beautiful women out here today. Hello. Very beautiful women out here today. A very diverse group. A gentleman is out there playing the violin, and this forum is about wellness. Now, it doesn't offend some people in this country that black people are doing so well. That is offensive because that's systemic racism, right? But we talked about that. You remember we talked about if you spend $300 at your barber shop and your barber is white and you're black, right? Or you go drive your Lamborghini and go shop at Louis Vuitton and you think that that's equality. My friends, you're paying for courtesy, but you're not being treated like a great American citizen. That's why on this forum, you never heard of that before. You never heard great American citizen. You might have heard make America great again. But on this forum, you never heard great American citizen. Nothing is more revolutionary than technology. Now, you never heard that also because that is a quote from the world famous photography plug. Now, welcome everybody. Somebody said forced diversity. We don't want to force diversity. We just want the allocation. The money's stolen for slavery. A couple of years ago, 50, 100. When did equality become equal? In other words, where's the money? You won't do those Muslims like that knocked over those towers, right? But you would talk junk to us, but you tried that with them and the Taliban whooped you. That is just a reality. You got whooped. You became a victim. You're talking about me. You know how many Marines that were killed, Navy SEALs that were killed. You know how many people in the Army that were killed. Now, if you are voting for the President of the United States of America and you are in the Marines, the Navy, or the Army, or you don't like people like me, you need to vote for Donald Trump. Because that very faction is against people like me. So if you don't like people like me, you need to vote for Donald Trump. Because he's against Sonia Massey. He's against protests. He's against what I stand for. I'm not saying I'm not for Donald Trump or against Donald Trump, but I am saying this forum can be one of the biggest forums. Now, when you go to Tidal or you go to Jay-Z and you realize he's not answering your calls and you realize he's not doing any of the things that you want him to do because all the other forums ignore you, and then you say, well, where else could I go? Because I'm going to take the time and we're going to take the time and we're going to build a team to build the biggest company in world history. And I know that hurts. That hurts. That hurts so many people because you become competition with the biggest companies in the world. So I'll be reading these comments. Your comments do mean everything to us. Your donations. We're talking capitalism, and we are talking diversity. And some say we're talking victimization. NASA, I love that hat. NASA doesn't run anything. NASA runs a few ships. Think on a bigger level. Think on a bigger level. Thinking that America is not the biggest show in the world. The Super Bowl is not the biggest show in the world. That is bigger than that, my friends. Somebody said, what hurts? Success hurts. Health hurts. If you're in great health today and you're an American and you're in great health, right? White people, I just have to be straight up about it. We'll try to figure out, say for instance, you run 30 miles today, right? You ate all of your vegetables today. You're in great shape. Europeans only figure out what's wrong with you. Why is he so active, right? So great health hurts. We're not talking about allocation of money because that doesn't dictate success. Yeah, the basic food, water, housing, but other than that, it does not dictate your success. Your success is dictated by your health. In other words, and your mental health also. And we have Trump 2024 followed by a Trump 2024. Somebody said nobody's whipping or spraying. Yes, did you see Sonia Massey just get shot in the eye? Right? Did you just see the police officers just suffocate George Floyd? Right? Did you see the importance? Did you see the importance of all of those protests worldwide? Didn't you see that World Trade Center fall? That was a protest, my friends. Unfortunately, that was a protest. See, it hurts. It hurts when somebody has the guts to say, damn right. And that's not saying that what we agree or disagree with, but that is saying, damn right. Somebody said, bro said George Floyd, really? What are you talking about? My friends, are you the most ignorant people in world history? George Floyd was suffocated. Are you just that insensitive that you could care less? We don't care about Donald Trump being injured in any type of way. That position is for people that are elite, and he's out of shape and way too old and is at risk and should be. Every president of the United States of America should be at risk. Every single president of the United States of America should be elite, more elite than the Marines, more elite than the Navy. Now, I'm not talking past presidents. We can't make them good. They're dead or old. We're talking about future presidents must be elite, not even suit and ties anymore. We don't need a president of the United States walking around in a suit and tie in 2025. I'm not saying don't dress well, certain events, but everywhere you go, you look like you in 1960s, 80s with that tacky suit on. Somebody asked, what did the autopsy say? The autopsy said that he died. At the end of the autopsy, no matter what it said he died. And they're talking George Floyd. He was suffocated. Now we have a comment of Harris. Harris for president, and she is vice president of the United States of America. And she will lead this country well. And all the polling, all the crowd sizes, Trump's crowd is so old. very few social media likes, and it shows here. We before we had a lot of Trumps, now we have some little Trump. So obviously, a person who analyzes anything, a person who analyzes something must say that Harris must be leading. That if we have less Trump comments, then anybody has to say our own projection. Somebody said, please stop believing this. Now, I don't know what they meant by that. And that's why it's very important to show. So sometimes you have to show yourself as a giant to be protected. Because if you don't, they'll kill you on the back alleyway and nobody will know who you are. So strategy is everything. Strategy is so important. But we'll visit some of these food trucks out here. That strategy is very important. So have a strategy. Be educated and smart about your decisions. Now, somebody on this forum said, the more intelligent I sound, they said that, the more intelligent that I sound, the stupider that I make myself look. So make sure that you don't let these people, especially on social media, trolls, get to you. If they do, who cares? As long as it really doesn't get to you. But welcome, we'll be reading some of these forums. We'll be checking out some of these food trucks. And it's a beautiful day out here. So on this food festival, beautiful, beautiful day, think about the diversity and the importance of. Can't even tell if the road's open. I'm sure it's closed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful day, beautiful day. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the forum. Looks like crack and cheese. That's one of the businesses. Looks like it's a black-owned business, and it is packed. It's going to be a ton of people out here today for these food trucks, enjoying this beautiful day. We're talking politics. We're talking Harris being on top. And those Harris fans are and we have a slew of Harris fans. Kamala Harris for president, and she is already vice president of the United States of America. Excuse me, it does make sense. It does make sense. Let's make sure, I've seen a couple of comments that had profanity in it. Let's make sure we don't use any profanity on this forum. Now, we will be getting closer and closer and closer to Harris, yes, and your former president of the United States of America. The importance of Trump is his celebrity status. And Harris, equally, she is running for president of the United States of America, first time in history. That's right, friends, the first time in American and world history that we get to try to elect a black woman for president of the United States of America. Just imagine you drop off your kids at school, and there stands on the wall the first black president of the United States of America. Now, it seems like those police officers seem to be a little bit still upset because exactly. Somebody said USA approved cannabis will stop. That's right. We'll stop a lot of overdoses. That's their plan, my friends. Their plan is to, and I won't say our plan, because our plan is a good plan that will sustain this country and will move it forward. But their plan is to give you synthetics. In other words, synthetic drugs, not good grown marijuana. You're getting chemicals. So those chemicals go into your brain as you smoke them, and they make you act different ways. Nobody knows how they'll make you act. Maybe they can make you incredibly strong. Maybe nobody knows. Maybe, but more than likely, they're weakening your immune system, making you sick. Synthetics are every foreigner that comes in this country that is a Muslim that sells synthetics is haram. You will not profit in this country or anywhere else selling synthetics. I go and I support these stores. Obviously, I make a lot of money. So I support these local stores, but I notice they're selling synthetics. You're a Muslim and you're selling synthetics. It's haram. It's against Islam. You're not going to profit. So we're not just talking about the Christians. We're talking about the Muslims also. We're talking about the whites and we're talking about the blacks. We're talking about them all. Somebody said there's hardly no blacks left. Yeah, in a figment of a reality, this world is, no matter what they threw at us, black people cover this world. That's right. In reality, it's not a lot of whites left. That is just a reality of, it doesn't matter what happens to me individually. God has said it as far as we know, unless it's another planet. If you want to say Kanye West is not famous, then you're living in a false reality. There's more black people in this world than ever existed. That's right. It's way more black people in this world than white people. We run this world and we are so powerful. That small amount of people that's dying of black on black crime is a small amount. You have to think about billions, bigger than China. China can fit into Africa. Now, every day it's another black baby being born. Every single day it's another black baby being born. These are the normal offices here. And as you see, something's going on down here. I think they're like blocking off or something. Look, everybody looks, hello. They really want to, you know how people are. But welcome to the forum. Beautiful, beautiful day. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Joining us with the photography plug now. The numbers have went down substantially. I think I have to humble myself, but don't worry about the numbers, my friends. I can bring you the biggest stars in the world. Now, when I do that, it's about 50 police officers on the. When I go out and I film celebrities, the police are usually called. The FBI is called. That particular celebrity will hire extra security. You seen the Kourtney Kardashian video, that Met Gala 2022? It was 2 short years ago. It was a lot of people up there. Elon Musk was there. Hillary Clinton was there. Somebody said that's why white people got us. Yeah, in your mind. That, you print $1 million and you give it to one person, or you give a person one big ice cream cone and you say, I win. No, actually, I know for a fact, even in when I was in LA, I served a lot of white people, honestly. And most of them in rich neighborhoods live very poor. It's very simple. That is a very simple thing. That simple thing is the fact that you have to live near a Home Depot to keep up your house. You have to keep it up, right? So constantly we're helping poor, rich white people. That's right, they're poor. If you can't help yourself, it doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. Now, at the end of the day, we get paid well. Your house is maintained. That's why when I was taught white glove service, the importance of white glove service. That importance, I think it was this one. It was one of these officers that really bothered me. And his pants was oversized. Make sure your officers have on the right gear. Because that's why George Floyd's happened. Because they don't have on the right gear. His pants a little saggy. He's a little overweight. So, they won't bring a fat cop out here when I'm out here. You better believe that. They're not going to do it. Yeah, exactly. Having money does not mean that you're rich. Exactly right. Having money does not mean that you're rich. It was so many people out there, especially white people, so poor. One of the rich clients we had went into his home outside, beautiful, went into his house, squalor, 100% squalor, rat infested. $1 million house. He couldn't sell it for nothing but $1,000,000 some odd dollars because the house was worth way more than $1,000,000 some odd dollars. Nothing but squalor. Nothing but squalor. Be reading some of these comments, but that form will change. If we don't get an excessive a lot of numbers, we will abort any mission, and we'll upload it in a different format until we can get you guys something more exciting enough for us to have a huge form. But I'll be reading these comments, and I'll be reading these comments now. No. Now, when what you said was the dude's talking about squalor. Yes, squalor. If I had the video, I would show you. Now, we don't talk about all of the customers, but if I did, it wouldn't be very good. Helping people every single day of your life as a job, And I did want to say this is a political forum. Harris is up on the polls, and this is a very important forum. Beautiful day out here. Somebody said doesn't even have a smoke alarm beep. Trump 2024. Somebody said Trump is way ahead on elect. Now, let's don't get caught up in his polling, but we have to be honest on what we see. If we can't believe what we see, then we're going to go off on our own instincts. Maybe that is very true. But if you haven't heard the crowd size, and if you haven't heard all of the people, that's right, if you haven't heard about all of the people that are voting for Harris, especially women. You can't beat a woman at anything. So that is a true fact. Harris is ahead on the polls. Sorry, that is the truth. You have to face reality. Face that reality. Somebody said she's not even popular or something, like she wasn't nobody last week. This is the vice president of the United States of America. We see officers out here. We see officers in bulk for this festival. Obviously, food truck. Nothing special going on. It's the food trucks. We're identifying these guys, making sure they're not at the bar drinking, out here selling drugs, anything like that. Make sure those officers are not selling fentanyl out here. Remember, the corners are American citizen corners. No police officer. It's an American citizen's corner. And this is the great American citizen that stands up for his own rights. Have no fear from any officer in any country that we're world power. If you ever try me, you don't want me to run this country. Trust me. Beautiful, beautiful day in America, and we will run it in the way that we can, and that is social media. That's a beautiful social media. We are the Elon Musk of the world. We are some of the most powerful people in the world, and American citizen here. Now, welcome, the photography plug, live downtown in a city near you. There's my buddy there, Colin. There's another city worker. Looks like they're picking up some weight. That's a good thing. So, praying for these gentlemen out here. But they're not in the fight that we're in. They're in the fight of trying to be unsuccessful. We're in the business of being successful. I'm not saying anybody's going to believe in me, but I'm saying that with this body, I can empower, through God, some of the most influential acts in American and world history. Somebody said Harris was a prosecutor. Yeah, she was a prosecutor. Like you said, we're not looking for Santa Claus to be president of the United States of America. Who are you looking for, St. Nicholas? Somebody just hand out gifts to you? Somebody that is not going to, if we get in a war, we have a terrorist attack and can't defend the country. We're looking for somebody who can prosecute a few people. Unfortunately, we're looking for an executioner. My friends, President of the United States of America is one of the biggest executioners in world history. Somebody said, you're right. Thank you for the comments. We're looking for more comments, more donations. Donate. Obviously, yeah, somebody said there's nobody there. Yeah, right now it's just early, so I guess in the evening time, a lot of people will be down this way. But yes, it's not a lot of people here, and I'm not the person that wants to be around these huge crowds. Now, when I have to, I'm in and out. Just because I'm getting celebrity shots don't mean I'm gonna follow celebrity on stage. That can be dangerous. So a lot of opportunities that I had with different celebrity shots, and I didn't take it because I know that it's important to be safe. So it's not always a great idea to not follow your intuition. So welcome. It does feel like the YouTube has us exactly where they want us at. And that is, unfortunately, gentlemen, even with 60 million, it's at the bottom of the totem pole. In other words, we have to come up with our own format, We like our partners and we thank our partners. But we have to come up with our own format because you're still controlled. One day you have so many comments all over the world, and the next day the numbers are substantially down. And as you see, not too far from here, that Sonia Massey, her graffiti still stands there. No, they covered it up. So all of the Sonia Massey protests, the city just decided, and it's in a district, so all of the Sonia Massey stuff on the wall was obviously taken down. So, white supremacy is normal. Let them do whatever they want to do, but we're going to win this. We already won. We have too many people. That's right. You might have the cameras, the media, the skyscrapers. Who maintains them? Who take care of them? So that is a reality. Somebody said they respect my vote, but there's not a chance that she's going to win. No, when you have a race, you usually have one or two people. And in that race of one or two people, both have a chance. So I think in your mind, you're saying, hopefully she doesn't have a chance. But no, she's running for president of the United States of America. And anybody that runs for president of the United States of America, and that is on that ballot has a chance to run this country. So welcome everybody. As you see, Sonia Massey's graffiti have been covered up. There's nothing they could have did about it but cover it up. There's always a way that they're gonna fight, and not just a slave master. You are tuned in to one of the bigger slaves of American history. But as that Sonia Massey is covered up, the city decides to say it's not an Andy Warhol, that Sonia Massey doesn't deserve to be on the wall. So all those police officers look angry down there this morning. It's a job. You don't get paid that much, so don't take it personal. This is business, my friends. This forum is business. Yes, we are getting paid. So welcome to Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate all of the people that come in. But we'll visit this one, Sonia, and we're still having a lot of comments, so we'll stay on live as long as we still have those comments. But I am we have the audacity, my friends, we have the audacity here at Photography Plug. Somebody say, got me flying like something. I couldn't understand exactly what they said. But let's see what they did with the other Sonia Massey graffiti. Somebody say, it's crack or clock. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to Photography Plug, the world famous photographer. We have over 250 different celebrity shots and 60 plus million views. So we're very successful. And we're just looking at the Sonia Massey at a graffiti location. They covered it up. The city's in a frenzy and they're upset, obviously, because freedom of speech still stands there. Sonia Massey, murder, officer, shot and killed. Somebody said, where's all the famous? About 250 different individual. Rosalina, Carucci, Nipsey, Young Dolph, and 200 other, Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian. We all house that as a Getty Images. So if you don't understand that allocates, and there's this new, I think Elon Musk said memes are the future. More powerful. Memes are even more powerful than that money. That's right. If a meme can go around the world, your $100 doesn't mean much if that meme can go around the world. As we see Sonia Massey murder, white woman walks by with her head down. Respectful or just ignoring the fact of the matter that these forums are so important. That here we have to remember that name. That's a very important thing. If you did something wrong, you have to remember what you did wrong so you won't re-offend. And America has re-offended so many different times. We're still live, the lowest numbers that we've ever done. And I knew something was wrong yesterday. But we'll figure it out. And we'll get you the media that you really want. We was really aggressive before. I think people was so in love with that aggression that it had a lot of people hoping that somebody would crash out. But this is a thinking game. This is not a game where You don't use your mind. Nobody lasts as long as I last. It's on social media, not thinking their mind. But this is what this protest was about. This is what this protest was about. This is what this protest was about. That Sonia Massey, when it started, the power behind that Massey, the power behind that Goliath, but that David. You remember David had that rock? When David had that rock, he threw it at Goliath. Today is Sunday, a beautiful day, almost as clear as a very faithful day that America will always remember. But that Goliath, it pisses you off that this is what this artwork is supposed to be about. Sonia Massey's death and her protest, I won't let it be. We almost had a confrontation with the police out here the other day. We had a confrontation with the police the other day because just being black in America, we're talking about Sonia Massey. Now, I wasn't winning them all. Now, some things are conversations. Some things are conversations. They were winning. And when I said to the officer, I said something about whatever the case is, they lose every time when you bring up the right subjects. You can't bring up, I think they were basically saying that you have to be denied service. How many people are denied service in America every day for the color of their skin? That Sonia Massey resonates forever, that artwork, that Andy Warhol. Somebody said, we don't care about Sonia Massey. That is American history. You didn't make American history. Scott made American history. Warhol made American history. Jay-Z even made American history. Donald Trump, yes, he made American history. This forum is telling you that you have to go out and participate in this election, or participate to be one of the more powerful people, that mind that sparked the world, that changed the world, like a Tupac Shakur we're talking about. Sonia Massey, the destitute, the desperation, shot in the face by a white officer. Sonia Massey, less than 2 months ago. How fast America forgets. How fast America forgets. But ladies and gentlemen, it seems that maybe the energy has changed. Protest is far away now, and we wait on the next one. And the views that we had, so many people commenting, has slowed down, that America has actually returned back to a normalcy. That's right, that normalcy of white supremacy. And that price gouging and the interest rates are outrageous in the black and brown neighborhoods, and Mexicans have made it a long way, because Mexicans in this country own about 0% of the real wealth in this country. That's right. They spend $1 trillion. We're talking Johnson & Johnson, Time Warner, Google, and Amazon is the biggest company in America. Now, that's what we're talking, real wealth, not a Mayweather. Somebody said shit happens both ways. Doesn't sound like you're trying to do anything with your life. I got to be straight up with these comments. Like he don't want to do nothing. Somebody said, stop crying. No, this is litigation for reparations. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's embarrassing. But when we go to these other countries and we're allocated, and then they want to then put a certain person on that world stage by saying something outrageous, anything outrageous, like if one company gives you $100 million or somebody gives you 1 million. If somebody gave you $500,000, my friends, what would you do with it? If you had an influence with it, not just shop and have fun. Obviously, you'll shop and have fun. But what would you do with it? What would you do? All right, so if America doesn't offer you anything, right, and somebody else offers you $1 million, what side are you going to be on? You don't have so long in life. Unfortunately, life doesn't last that long. So you have to take the best deal. And America's way is always take the money. And again, somebody says, stop being a victim. You have tuned in to an entertainment page. That's right. If I'm a victim, then why am I so successful then? If I'm a victim, why do I own my own? That's why I don't want to, when you do that, you make me come out of character and tell you that I don't need nothing that I'm talking about. That I'm doing this for community service. Somebody say, play a victim. Come out here and you see a victim. Donald Trump was a victim, a gunshot victim. I'm a victim of nothing. And shout out to all the real gangsters out there, some very beautiful women out here. Shout out to all the real gangsters out there. They do have been shot, but it ain't Trump. So shouts out to the real gangsters that have been shot, but it ain't Trump. Trump ain't real. He can't throw no hands. He can't run a mile. He can't fight. What are you talking about? Like Trump can fight. And somebody said the victim mentally. Oh yeah, I guess you're saying so. So I have the allocation. I own my property, right? I own my vehicle, right? I've owned many properties and homes in my lifetime. So if they lined them all up, you would think I was Karl Lagerfeld. I was in real estate. So I don't need no reparations for no country. I'm tied in with some of the most powerful countries in the world. If you don't know, you don't get all the celebrity shots because you're poor. The richest country in the world helped me form photography, plug, dummies. And I will say I'm a little upset today because of the numbers. So I'll be answering these comments in a real way because I don't lose. And if I do, I cheat to win. And again, another Trump 2024. Be like our former president of the United States of America, even if you have to cheat to win. If you've seen all of those officers down there upset that I'm just walking around, they're upset because I'm just alive and I'm just well. They're upset because they're running around spending their tax dollars trying to figure out how to litigate it, and they can't because there's way too many poor that can't do what I do. And that's what I'm here for, to have that voice for the people that can't stand up for themselves, whether you like it or not. You being an entrepreneur is so important to this world. At the end of the day, driving a bus is a great occupation and it's respectable. Being a fireman, police is not respectable. That's a slave catcher. Somebody said, upset that you're black, that's the problem. Absolutely not. Absolutely wrong. You have to understand that being black gives us the power. If I was white, I would not be doing the things that I'm doing today. In other words, I wouldn't own all of those individuals. Most white people are unsuccessful. Most of the people I went to school with, I'm the most successful person of my class, right? I mean, that has to be fair to say. We're not talking about your little bitty homes if I own 10 of them, right? So how we were taught, I went to a white school. So we were taught to win no matter what. But most of my white counterparts, they're by the wayside, my friends. They lost. So, being black is the biggest gift that I wouldn't trade for $1 billion. Well, for $1 billion, I would. But for a fair amount of money, if you say you give me $5 million to be white, I wouldn't take it. Because every American is a millionaire and a possible billionaire just by owning the sidewalks by itself. So I would never switch. But saying if I were white is a different point. So if I were white, then I would be more successful if I did what I did, because black people love to spend all their money with white people. So if I were white, every black person that needed a photographer on the weekends will call me because we have 60 million views, right? It doesn't work like that. So the more famous I get, the more black people hate me. You know what I mean? People try to kill me for views. For views. And I'm not talking views of this form. This is new. I'm talking about celebrity shots. They told me, they said, I'm on a billionaire. When I was in New York, they said, you're not on a millionaire block, my friends. You're hustling on a billionaire block. And I forgot, they said some billionaire just walked by. They live and they walk and they go to the store and they're normal people, but they're billionaires. And we must infringe on their comfort by being that very owner. Somebody said, you need Jesus, hateful one. But what you said was, you need Jesus, and then you said something hateful. I didn't say anything hateful. I'm just saying the reality of a strong black man is uncomfortable to a Trump fan. To Mr. Dr. Donald Trump, it is very uncomfortable for a black man to say, I'm smarter, I'm more intelligent. It even hurts our own family members. It hurts them. So it's like Kanye. It's the brother thing. So no matter what Kanye does, we still say he sucks. They say, well, Kanye's not a genius. And then some people say, well, where he is. But the reality of the fact, my friend, is that Kanye West is very famous and powerful. And that photography plug was built up from the ground with no celebrity shots, when none of these shots would have existed. And so we formatted right after Getty. That's right after the Getty images. So welcome everybody. I'd like to welcome to the world famous photography plug. If you're just tuning in, we are saying that the comments are coming in, but the numbers are down. Now let's come up with our own format. We like our partners at YouTube, but we want our own. That's right. As great American citizens, send that allocation and send us a message saying that that Harris is going to be the president of the United States of America and rule white children in their minds. We looked at the artwork, and we looked at this young lady's artwork here last week. And as we looked at that artwork, we realized that it's still some systemic racism in that. Did you hear, and this is a very important fact, it was a Marines that got beat up. Did you hear about that? Those Marines that got beat up. It was some Marines that got beat up in another foreign country, but the people got charged. Those Marines got whooped again. I'm so tired of seeing our armed forces going left and right, going to all these different countries, getting whooped by individuals in flip-flops. I mean, you think about if you went to another country and you think you're not going to get beat up or killed, the reality is so far from that. That is a reality. Somebody said, rest in peace, Vanessa Gilly. What is the situation with her? Is this another black person killed by a police officer? In Trump 2024, another Trump 2024. Somebody said plenty of strong men are supporting Donald Trump. We're not talking about your cowboy wearing Uncle Tom white black guy that he's just in another reality. We're just talking about real people, not characters. In other words, if you say a photography plug, he is a real person, but it's a character, right? So we're not talking about if you know a cowboy that wears a cowboy hat and he rides a horse and he's so strong and he goes out and he picks up hay and he's voting for Trump. We're not talking about that character. We're talking about real individual people that work real jobs, that do real things in America, that pushes this country forward, not some character. I seen one black guy had a shirt on, so I just assumed that all black guys supported Trump. This is about women, too. And it's more women than it is men. All those 18-year-old women that's never going to vote for old Donald Trump. Somebody said body by a troll. That's right. This is what this social media is about. Trolling. If you're not aware, we are trolling. I am trolling. Photography plug trolls. They troll me. We troll back. We're all trolling everybody. We will troll Donald Trump. That's right. It's something called a lone wolf. And a lone wolf never kills any prey. He just waits for him to die. Somebody said sad. No, what's sad is when I look out at so many people in America, it makes me ashamed to see squalor. And then we're in a good area here, but it's a lot of sad things, and most of those sad people are not black or brown. The reality is what King talked about years ago. It's more poor white people in this country than ever before in history. Somebody said, I got the screen records. It's a way that people are saying, hold on, stop this black man for saying this. He's going to be powerful. Let me tell you, you don't need social media to be powerful. You need it in everyday life. Don't get me wrong. But to make that mark in the world, I can disappear and reappear. To make that mark in the world, you cannot stop somebody that's determined to be successful. You cannot stop anybody in this world, wherever they lay and lie, if they are determined. It's never been a company ever put out of business because they wanted to go out of business. If they didn't want to go out of business, they could be still in business. Most of these businesses don't break a profit in 10 years. Most of these businesses that we talking about that's been around for years haven't made $1 in profit. Somebody say you weak. No, I'm not hiding. I just said it would be a better thing for you not to just see me all day long. So it's more like a grand theft type of idea. So it's not that I'm hiding. If you go to Photography Plug, you can see my face there on the profile picture. So I'm not hiding from anybody, not the Federal Bureau of Investigation, not the CIA, not the Army, not the Navy, not the Marines, not anybody in the world, no South Side or no North Side. And now, that's one thing I might talk junk about the Marines. I might talk junk about the Navy. I might talk junk about Trump. I might talk junk about Harris. But the guys on the south side and the north side will come up here and execute me right now for saying one thing wrong. So I can talk junk about Trump all day, the CIA all day. I can talk junk about society. But let me say something about somebody on the south side, and we'll be shooting it out right here. And that is the reality. It's going to be even me or them. So the only people that are actually willing, Trump fans haven't did an act of violence since the White House. Trump fans haven't done anything. I went to a Trump rally when Trump went to Atlanta. And they looked at me and said, look, they didn't communicate with words, but they said, look, man, we ain't come here to fight. I don't know if it's a watered down crowd, but they looked at me and said, hey, we ain't come here to fight. My thing is, if we have ABC, we got NBC, we got all these media, let's fight now because we got the cameras. But let's don't fight off camera. What are we doing fighting off camera? We're not going to make any money. This is Mayweather you're talking about. In other words, we're talking events. When I say 1 million men to our great American White House, I mean that by saying that is an event that will pave the way for the future of America. So again, the famous barbershop, I need to stop and get a nice shape up. I'm always live. We won't be live long. I guess we'll go to New York. You guys are trickling in now. I'm known to do massive numbers. Very beautiful women out here today, enjoying the day. I hope you have that opportunity to enjoy the day out here. Wherever you're at, wherever city you're in, we was having people all over the world now. Seems a lot less, maybe the description, the title, it's the content. But welcome everybody. We'll still stay live. There's very few views that we're getting today. Very disappointed, but I'm happy to be alive and I hope you are too. Welcome my friends, welcome. And let's see if, Somebody said I'm leaving because I have no messages, but hey, nah, this is not enough numbers. I love the hate. I hate to say it, I love it. I love the hate now. The hate brings you so much. Now, it was an individual, it's pretty famous on IG. He said he had a friend that actually, that friend said he recorded him giving him money and went back on social media to tell everybody, my friends, if that is not a friend, a person that's going to give you money and then turn around and tell everybody that you're poor and broke, they are your best advertisement. I had a great friend of mine that passed away and lost his life. He was a huge fan that every time I post something, I wouldn't know it for sure, but I know that he was telling his friends, so he was the gossip. You need people like that. You need people. We need hate. Everybody that's looking for love is looking for hate. I had 500 consecutive people at one period of time all hating. I loved every minute of it. Thank you. You're welcome here at Photography Plug. This is not Jay-Z that we're weak at heart. We can take it. It makes us stronger. It makes us powerful. Somebody said, rest in peace, Cannon Blake. What was the situation with this individual? Let us know here at Photography Plug where your comment does count. And we don't know all the information until you tell us. Or somebody saying, so Google this individual that is, that they're talking about. I will, once we're off live, if it's not a lot of views, I won't even save the live. But if so, we'll remember this name and let us know, elaborate Let us know if another officer has shot and killed an individual like Sonia Massey. And we're never going to forget that. We would never, ever forget Sonia Massey. So if you're thinking that we will, that is not going to happen anytime soon. So we're still live. Very low numbers today. We're figured out. Only thing you have to do is just keep going forward, no matter what your business, any business, can't always have all of the numbers in the world, all of the comments. And even though people that are waiting on, thank God, less comments, they help out. The haters help so much more. Somebody commented police reform. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in today. We've been live for a while now, and we'll be returning, still doing what we do best, and that is celebrity photos in different reels. This live form didn't work for a while. Now the numbers are extremely low. If I have to go to another city, get close to your president. If we have to get pictures of Rihanna, which we're already scheduled to, we will. So subscribe, comment, and let us know what you think about the police brutality and this election. Will a woman for president of the United States of America help this country? Or will it hurt this country? Somebody said it's easy. It would divide us. You think about that division, dividing each other, what it creates, and knowing your crowd. I think Trump knows his crowd best. And if you think about how boring Barack Obama was when he was in office, we all would have been broke. Of course, we needed a black president for the United States of America. We wouldn't have a country. You think people are going to say all white presidents? America had to learn and have to learn about beautiful days like today, if you know what I'm talking about. They had to learn. Rest in peace, Cannon Blake. And I hate that I'm hearing about this situation. It must be something going on. Let us know. Somebody said he wants division. We don't want division. Somebody, a great friend of mine, which is actually a great American citizen, I'd like to mention his name by the name of Lamar. His name was Spock. He was a great fan of mine and a great artist and a father. Lost his life due to black on black crime. As you want to paint that as like we don't have more people on this world, in this world, than you have. So yes, black people kill black people, white people kill white people. And of course, terrible things are happening in this world, in this country. But great American citizen, my great friend Spock. Now you're talking. Rest in peace, Cannon Blake Hinton. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. So I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in today. We had a forum, very beautiful forum, but unfortunately not a lot of people tune in. Your comments always count. No matter how many people are here, we're still here with you. But we are about numbers. We have to figure out how to get the maximum potential. In other words, we don't have much time to waste in business. Now, if you're starting your business, you will start to know that time is important. We wonder why Tom Brady and Dr. Donald Trump is still on TV, but we're talking Tom now. Why in the world would you, Mr. Michael Jordan or Tom Brady, would you still want to be on social media? It's because the attention is the dollar bill. That's right. Cam Newton's show. Cam wasn't happy with the NFL. The NFL used to say that if you were 24 years old, you were too old to play for the NFL. So the NFL used to say that if you were 24 years old, just imagine what shortcomings. I had an individual come up to us when we were working and said, well, what are you in so good shape for? My friends, people treat you different when you're in great shape. Your pay is more when you're in great shape. When they know you're not intoxicated, they can't get over on you. When you physically can beat them, it changes things. Somebody said something about like people like this that exist. Sad. Yes, people like this exist, and it is sad, my friends. People like me were not born. I had a friend who told me, he said, photography plug, he said, certain people, and he was saying serial killers is what he was saying. Obviously, I'm none of that, 100% legal person, but when you're a strong black man, they don't know what's going on. So he told me, serial killers are not born. Society makes them. That's why the label should have been about this school shooting, that normal school shooting that they're wiping up under the rug. They're putting it strictly up under the rug. Somebody said Trump actually pulled ahead. Now, no poll actually knows. Now, all of those Trump fans, don't worry yourself to death. When you go sleep at night, now I know when you open your eyes, you see that big, beautiful smile of Harris. Did you recognize that Harris has the most beautiful smile that you could ever see? That it looks to me that most of her teeth look real. To be 60 years old and to still have a beautiful smile, it's a thing that they tell you in advertisement. Smiles sell. Somebody said, does Harris have a policy that you can describe? No, and Trump don't either. This is a popularity contest. This is not about who's the most educated or the most effective. This is about who looks better, who smells better, who has more class. Trump don't have class. That's poor white trash. That's just the truth. Trump don't have class. It's poor white support Trump. If you're saying Trump 2024, more than likely you don't make any money. If you're talking Trump 2024, unless you make all of the money, and then see, poverty is in bank accounts. It's hard to explain. If you got a guy that has a factory and he's running trucks for the last 30 years, and now his health is terrible, and he owns a company, and he's in and out the hospital, that's a poor person because you let that company dictate your health. They wonder why you wake up every day if you're a healthy person or you try to be a healthy person, whether you eat well. And they say, how does he win physically? They say the average person, and I'm going to say this on the next forum, doesn't walk the earth one time, my friends. The average person actually walks the earth 3 times. That is the average person. So a person like me may walk this world 20 times. So that's why you see all of those videos, because it's starting to just be like a live feed, really. That's right. You know where we're at. We didn't get much support from Greensboro either. Most of our support, we'd like to shout out to all of our people here, of course. But we don't get any support. People in Greensboro are so arrogant. Only support I get is somebody come up here and shoot me. But as far as like real support, you can forget about it. And we shouldn't even be asking for it at this point. But any business needs support. And I'm not looking for support locally. But yes, this is Greensboro. Thank you for the support. We have 60 million plus. We own our imagery. That's why, YouTube is visual. So the visuals are more important than the audio because you have to see it. So we own these visuals, and we're very proud to be in business today. And yes, this is Greensboro, North Carolina. People give Greensboro a hard time. Friends, like if you're filming in Greensboro, it's the worst thing in the world you could possibly do. Oh God, Greensboro, the worst place in the world for entertainment. It is. That's why I'm here. We got our first couple of million downtown Greensboro. Nobody ever did it before, except the world famous photography pro. Welcome. Somebody said, thank you, AI, artificial intelligence. That's right. Artificial intelligence is huge. As we see these students going back to school, that we see the importance of technology. But out of all of these students, how many are really going to be successful? Out of all of the tuition, how many are really going to be successful? Only 1 or 2 of a generation. In other words, it was this model that was young. She was 18 years old, and I was working with her in Charlotte. And everybody says, God, that model is so young. Yes, she's the next LeBron James. And guess who she started dating? Yes, my friends, LeBron James. Gentlemen, I know things in this country that you don't know. I'm the photography plug, and welcome. I'd like to welcome everybody to this forum. So only in a few generations, they're great. Years, probably not one model produced here. Years, probably not one designer produced here. Generations, and one will come. So when you find that one special, so I can look at all these beautiful women and say they're all beautiful, but only one out of all 10,000 can make it to that next level, has the ambition. Somebody said, why do you go down south? Nothing's there. I 100% agree with you. Now, Atlanta played a big role. Now, Atlanta is always on fire. And next weekend, if you're at the Greensboro Coliseum, one of the biggest coliseums in the country, Jay-Z started here. DMX was on Phillips Avenue. When I say the livest one, like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, yes, I have videos of me and DMX and my partners, which is OGB Cooler, one of the realest guys in the city, that when DMX was out, we were on video rapping with DMX. Nobody at Swiss Beats, and it was Drag On. So we've been out here for a while. Still young, obviously, I'm fit. Well, at least kind of fit. But we was out there as kids, man. We were kids, and we were out there accomplishing things with, like I said, DMX. And Bismarcky was right out there on Phillips Avenue, the livest one. Like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant. And if I go over to Phillips Avenue and I get a couple of my partners, my youngins, it'd be problems. So I'm out here representing nothing more than my city and where I'm from. And not afraid of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, not afraid of the CIA. Only fear is Allah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I greatly appreciate everybody that is tuning in. Somebody said, dude, think North Carolina is NYC. Yes, you're very right. And you guys punished me today with not having the views that I usually have. I didn't throw any rocks. We didn't get in any conversation with police. And yes, I did almost get brutally beat down by the police officers. And it was my fault. Sometimes we get so aggressive. I just wanted to run towards those officers and just bulldoze them all. I don't have a weapon on me now, but at nighttime, I must carry my gun. So if you think that you could just come up to me because I'm on live and nothing's going to happen, my friends, we can go viral anytime you like. But no, yes, you're right. I'm trying to change the city in the entertainment. How many police cars have been wasted and have not gone viral, right? How many things that you haven't seen? So the movies are out of business. YouTube is in business. Will Smith is out of business. Nobody's watching movies anymore. You could pick up your cell phone in less than a second. You can't go to the movies in less than a second. Board those places up and let the social media lights run the world and rule the world. Somebody say you watched 4 movies yesterday. Yep, that was yesterday. Somebody says this guy has no clue. Does anybody remember that show that was way back in the 90s that was like Clueless or something? Kind of remind me of that. Somebody said, dude is lost. No, I'm not lost. It's just the thing about when you kill a black woman in this country, we'll forever talk about it, is that when a person does the right thing, a police officer can't say anything about it. When we talk America in this country and worldwide power, we were talking to people from South Africa the other day. My friends, this is the beginning of the new powers of the world. People that are more powerful than their president of the United States of America. Those individuals that are more powerful as that great American citizen stands, that yes, it's your honor's court, but my friends, it's the people's court. That great Bill Cunningham, a great white American citizen that I uphold, taught me everything about photography. Yes, you can give your white man your credit. As he wandered New York City, Bill was a legend. And as he died at 80 some odd years old, Bill captured the world in New York City. That great American citizen who I'm talking about now, Bill Cunningham, that transcend when he came out to take photos of individuals. It was generations and generations and generations and generations. And that first paparazzi that took that Jackie Kennedy to another level. That's right. Paparazzi took Jackie Kennedy to that another level, that first paparazzi. Those two gentlemen we are mentioning today on Photography Plug at this forum, at this university that we study at every day. A great American citizen. Thank you for your contribution. So we've been streaming live for a while now, and my intuition is to stay live just for a little bit while longer. You never know, when we're on live, anything can happen. So all this is recorded in a different fashion. Even if recorded every day, it'll be recorded different skyline, different. It will be different content. So welcome. I greatly appreciate all of the people, all of the views today, all of the comments. Not a lot, but we're still happy because we're moving forward. We are moving forward. Somebody said Black Lives Matter didn't work out for me. I actually knew the person who started that. He's like, God, he knows a lot of people. Yes, Janaea Khan in the protests in Charlotte. Me and Janaea had some very good conversation. Janaea is beautiful, but even then she was so beautiful and so articulate, so smart. I could just lay my head on Janaea's chest and let her talk. She's so intelligent. Janaea Khan was one of the founders of Black Lives Matters, and it started out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Somebody say, Jesus saves, he loves you. Like I didn't go to Ethiopia. Like I don't know who Jesus is. Like I didn't go to the tribes in Amma Valley. Like I didn't see the scrolls. That's a person that's just been in America, ain't been nowhere. That's a person who is in fact one of the problems of this country and the world, is that every time you say Sonia Massey, they say Jesus. So what are you saying, Satan? We just said Sonia Massey, and then you have a problem with it? You have a problem? Is it like, oh, he's saying Sonia Massey, so Jesus? The Jesus you know, the white Jesus, or real Jesus? Who are you talking about? Somebody said lies, but if it was a white guy right in front of you telling you to go, he gonna give you $50 to do anything, you'll do it, right? So, you know, that's one thing about people. Wherever Reginald Lewis, the first black billionaire, had to fake like a white person owned the company so people would invest. If I hired a white guy to talk all day long, you believe everything he had to say. You'll be so respectful. You know, black people would invest. The police would be so interested. Oh gosh, everybody would love him so much. If I was 6'2", in shape, white, at my age, I will have millions of people follow me. Not 100,000, 116, 115,000, and 60 million views. I will be on CNN. Somebody said Jesus then turned man and died, and all of these things that are like ignorance. We're talking capitalism. We're talking money. Now, we know that the Christianity, Islam allocates about more money than Silicon Valley. So I'm not saying, somebody came on here and was saying that their church was better than somebody else's church. Listen, this is a real, you see how high that sky goes? Tell me something about that sun, right? Go to the middle of the ocean and jump yourself in there and go swim to the bottom of the ocean and come up and then talk about Jesus. See, people don't go nowhere or do nothing. They just sit there and read books all day long and never get a world education. Scientists go and study. They don't sit up there and just read, like when your grandma used to say, read the Bible. I love my grandma, but grandma barely could read. Only thing she could read was the Bible. Only thing people in jail can read is the Bible. What else can you articulate and read? That was a thing of slavery, sold to the slaves. that fake white Jesus. Somebody said he can't read. Put any word down there and see if I can't read it. Put anything down there and see if I can't read it. Put your dictionary down there and I'll read it all out loud to you. It's very simple to a person like me. Somebody said supercharger. Oh, you're talking about probably that car. Nah, that ain't nothing. That ain't even an RT. That's fake. That's a Challenger with an RT sign on it. I wouldn't, like my homeboy Rick Cav said, I wouldn't drive that in my backyard. There's not one word down there you can't comment that I can't read. You got to go to your dictionary, go to your Google, figure out something very hard. Because that is so stupid of a comment when I'm reading your comments and you still say I can't read. I guess you say I can't see either. How do I take the photos? Trust me, vision is very important when you're talking photography. It is a blind photographer, and we'd like to shout out them. And all of the people that are going through anything in this world, our voices are here for you. We're here for you, but it's not easy. It's not going to be tough. We're not going to be these individuals that take anything. Somebody said, you know you can read. So then that's another troll. But welcome everybody to Photography Plug. We are going to be bringing you more better content. Obviously, it wasn't good enough today. That's right. I will talk about when we do forums and it's not good enough. You know, and these are the pressures when you see somebody and you see a new entity of entertainment. We're going to test out some things that's never been done on the internet before. We are warning YouTube that this is an entertainment company. That everything you see on here may be real or may not. In other words, it's different forms that we can do to get all of the views and all the comments that we want. It's ideals that haven't been used. You remember I said I went to school with about 5,000 different people. I don't know any of them, only a few, have made anything of themselves as far as I know. Nobody ever said anything about YouTube. See, people try to put words into your mouth to make you seem like you're insensitive. We always shout out our partners, YouTube. But that is a situation where we want our own platform, just like a Trump. You know, it's okay, gentlemen. It's okay to walk by a white woman in this country and we're not talking sex. Like somebody has sex with a white woman and they think that they have a revolution, like you have won the lottery or that's sexualization. We're talking about real. We're not talking about somebody might have I have a child with a white woman, so I'm not racist and she not racist either. That is some of the most ignorant insinuations in world history. That's right. See, why she don't see nothing. Look, if you weren't smart, you could get paid out here. All you have to do is wait till somebody turns their head. Everybody turns their head. Let that car barely hit you. Call 911 and report to your local hospital because people can't drive. So it's always possibilities of ways you can get paid. You can go into that Coliseum, slip on the floor, call 911, don't speak to anybody after that. If you're at your job, you could fall tomorrow, my friends, and then you're gonna have to be out of work for a while. You're gonna have to get an attorney. and it's going to take about 2 years for you to get paid. But you can do that. So back to the subject at hand, we're at the end of the live. Somebody said, all this dude wants for the government to give him a free ride. No, if you check my page, I've been all over the world. That's right. If I depended on the government to give me a ride anywhere, guess what? I wouldn't have been anywhere. I've been to Africa, Ethiopia, South Africa, Paris, London, Brussels. I've been all over, brother. I apologize to the Bahamas, Jamaica, New York, Atlanta, Chicago. All you have to do is do the same if you want to. That's not just success. I'm not saying that everybody has to, but it is a statistic that came out that most people would die like 5 miles away from where they were born. So most people will die about 5 miles away from where they were born. Somebody says your mom wants you out of her basement. One thing, at a period of time, I owned a lot of properties, very young. I was 25 years old and I owned 3 properties, one beside a judge. No formal education whatsoever, so this is the American dream. It's just like if somebody goes to a dance club or strip club and you talk to the dancer, you say, well, does anybody ever get lucky, or do people ever, is any good stories? Yes, very good stories. I had very wonderful life, a very successful person, so I'm not going to elaborate with that. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, recently, yes, I've been in North Carolina a lot. Beautiful state. There's nothing wrong with North Carolina. Remember, Carolina is the biggest brand now. They're one of the most racist institutions in American world history. But Carolina is a wonderful brand. I love the blue, as you see the blue skies. Michael Jordan, the famous, people know Michael Jordan all over the world. People don't know Tom Brady. Now, he will have to come with security and let people know who he was, because people watch. Soccer is a world sport. Football is a local event. Somebody say being successful, you aren't it. That is an opinionated thing. Now, you have to be opinionated. That is your opinion. Success is relative. Some people say Kanye West is successful. Some people say it's not. Some people say photography plugs successful. So, I talked to a gentleman yesterday. He said if somebody else goes to New York, they're not going to get anything. So some people look at me very successful. Some people don't. I cannot run that campaign to have you thinking that I am. So if you think I'm not successful, that is totally fine. Thank you for your comment. Somebody said how North Carolina is racist if Jordan does so well. So Jordan made this country, and Kobe Bryant made this country billions of dollars. So Michael Jordan has made this country billions and billions of dollars. That's right. So just imagine if he wasn't a person, but he was a monkey. And you had this monkey, and you could put this monkey on, and he would slam dunk, and this monkey could body slam people. So that's not success. That is a relative success. Success to me is health. So if you're not healthy, then number one, how are you going to function in a wonderful way? So somebody said call Khloe Kardashian on live. Not Khloe. I said Kourtney Kardashian. I don't know Khloe, but I do know Kourtney Kardashian. It's because I was filming her way back in LA. This is more than 6 years ago. I filmed her more than one time, and she was coming to my page a lot of different times. And so when I ran into her in New York, she sent me like a decoy to be, because I'm a black guy, I'm attractive, and obviously I send a lot of stuff. If you see me with Aisha Diaz, you see me with Bernice, so you see me with these people. Who cares? My point is, Kourtney knew me for a long time before Travis, and she kind of liked a black guy. These women don't, especially in LA, is the number one single place in the world. So every time I was out there, I was promoting and I was being fairly popular at the time. So that was a situation with Kourtney Kardashian. If I called her on live, would she pick up? No. Would she come to my IG? Yes. So Kourtney Kardashian has came to my IG way more than 30 times. I apologize if that hurts anybody's feelings, but it doesn't mean much to me. I seen that. What is that about? The Jonathan Slaughter Greensboro. It just seemed like he killed somebody. This is not the police station. We're not the police. We cover black on black crime. We're not a slave catcher. So I did see that he killed somebody, and I couldn't figure it out. Why would that be important to us? But if you can elaborate, we will look into it. So we'll be moving forward, and we got a little bit more charge. And then a comment about if you're living in your mom's basement, stay there. Don't pay a landlord. A woman ain't worth it. If you're so ready, but see, when you're talking to young people, they're gonna, the pussy is first, and I apologize, it's not a cuss word, but you cannot tell them. They're so open, and there's nothing wrong with it. We all been there. So if you do live in your mom's basement and you're paying her, stay there, my friends. Don't pay mortgage. I stayed in a 5-bedroom house, had a movie theater and everything. Detonaire, not a millionaire. My friends, there's so many people that go to their houses, and when we leave, we say, get out of here. They don't have any money. It could be $1 million house. Leave because they are broke. So don't let the facade fool you, especially a white person with a big house. How much capital do you have? I had a sheriff. We moved a sheriff. Sheriff was talking. He wasn't passing out $100 bills. He bought him a house that he couldn't afford. And now he's a peace officer trying to be a dope dealer. And he tries to tell my guys, the police officer goes and tries to tell my guys to hurry up and motivate. You motivate people by capitalism, by money. You don't motivate anybody out here by talking. You motivate people by money. So to that sheriff that we was at your house and we moved this amazing house that you cannot afford on no sheriff's salary. No, my friends, you are poor. You need to sell that house. And most of these houses are experiments. Nobody lived there before. They don't know if are you close to a Home Depot? Are you close to a grocery store? So you get in that house, you start abusing your wives. And most of these police officers are known to abuse their wives. And exactly. Somebody said, because money talks. Exactly what I'm trying to say. Thank you for that comment. Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. If I was a white guy, for instance, right, and I said I could get you 1 million views in 1 week, people say they don't even want 1 million views from me. Matter of fact, I walked in the store the other day, nice, cleaned my car up, beautiful car, dressed nice, brand new shoes, pulled out $100 bills in my pocket. The black woman wouldn't take $1 out of my pocket. Everything I earned wasn't even worth 1 cent. That's what I'm talking about, discrimination. Now, I know where this is at. This was in Charlotte when I did that episode in Charlotte, and I was pulled over by the police, and the helicopters came and all that. They thought I was on live when they pulled me over, but I didn't want to go through all that. So, but yeah, I went to Charlotte on North Tryon Street. It's a Taco Bell. I went in there, had my car perfectly clean. Had on my best shades, my best outfits. And I had $100 bills. I had like $300 bills in my pocket. And I pulled out, I had to get change from somewhere. And so I pulled out a 50 and gave her a 50. She marked on it and said she wouldn't take it. But they gave me the drink cup, so I just took the drink for free. So every $100 bill in my pocket that day wasn't worth $1 to her. So a lot of people say, well, when black men dress well, you will be discriminated against even worse because they're going to consider you as a drug dealer or they're gonna look at you as a scam artist. How did a black man become successful? How does he have all these hundreds of dollars of bills in his pocket? You know, so that's just the reality. It doesn't just happen with whites discriminating against blacks. Blacks hate blacks in America. So if you come into America, I don't know why the views went so low, but trust me, whatever we have to do, next Friday will be an epic Friday. So tune in. We'll be doing some more of these concerts. And like I said before, the average person travels the world one complete time in their lifetime. So if I'm not the average person, how many times, shouts out to my mom. My mom has traveled this world more. And you're talking about a great American citizen. My mother has traveled this world more than anybody I've ever known in my life. I'm talking about the only person that can compete with my mom is Elon Musk. My mother has traveled this world more than it was a famous astronaut that traveled the world 100 some odd times. My mother has done more than that. So shouts out to mom. So as we leaving this live, we've seen all those officers upset, in the face, mad. Remember that great American citizen is the most powerful, not a police officer, not the President of the United States of America. Make sure you go out to the polls. That's right, go out to your polls and vote. And remember that people are here to frustrate you. That's right, those comments are there to frustrate you, but they're there to make you stronger. Nobody can tell anybody that they are the greatest person in the world every single day. That's called a yes man. So you shouldn't want that in your life. And this forum is to make that next entrepreneurship. You guys give me company. And when we're in New York City, we can't wait to see New York. And I promise you, all the officers will be out there once they see me out there on the pavement in New York. When I went to New Jersey, all the officers lined up. Not one overweight officer. All the officers were lined up once I'm out there filming these celebrities, because they don't know what could possibly happen to these celebrities. The threat is, of course, just me being black. That's right. That's the only threat that I have as a legal gun owner and as a person that is all about that allocation. So we're going to bring more forums to you individuals. And even though the numbers are down, we'll be figuring out a way to pick it up. Even though we are live and we like to stay live, it's like the livest one. Like I talked about DMX, we got videos out there that never been seen before of DMX. That's right, videos out there that's never been seen before of DMX, us rapping on Phyllis Avenue, the livest one. Like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the realest, straight from Philly.